just come across a local fish market, and you can tell this stuff is ocean fresh. Everything here was probably caught within the last day or so, and it's clean and well organized, and just a really nice little fish market. If you like seafood, this is a seafood lover's dream right here. This is something that, I mean, even some of this stuff right here just looks delicious. Looks like you could eat it right here. I mean, wonderful. And the variety here is amazing. There's so much to choose from. I know not everybody goes in for seafood. I myself do love seafood. I actually prefer seafood over meat like pork and beef and chicken. So something like this for me is a real treat. Reminds me of some of the markets in Spain that we love. Being here in the seafood market is a little difficult for me. It's, I mean, obviously I have nowhere to cook, and I can't really take anything home with me, but I just want to buy everything that I see. Everything looks so good. I kind of would love to live in a place that had the availability of something like this. We don't really have this where I live. Now, overseas where we live, this is more common and you can find it there. But some of the markets there are just not as clean and as well kept as this one here is. Here, I feel like there's a real freshness to everything that's available, and so it's a lovely little market here on the dock right next to the sea in Coquimbo, La Serena. It's little details like this little newsstand here with snacks and newspapers that really give Chile the feel of a European destination. It's those types of little things that make you feel like, you know, as if you were in Rome or Paris or any number of European cities. So I think that's maybe a holdover from the early days, but makes it a charming addition nonetheless. There's actually a brand new large apartment building here in the center of the city. I'm not sure what this glass dome structure is right here. It seems to fall into a bit of disrepair, but still an interesting building nonetheless. I think we've gotten to pretty much the end of the commercial district here in downtown. So we might try to make our way back towards the shore and maybe stop in one of those little restaurants that line the market as we came in. So I've climbed up here on top of the wall outside of this glass dome structure here in the center of town, and it looks like it might have at one time been maybe a type of sort of theater in the round, although it doesn't look like it's in use anymore. But inside you can see the wooden floor, and here at the front section what looks like possibly might have been a stage at one point or another. So an interesting place for sure, but doesn't look like it's in use any longer. We have made our way into a Chilean supermarket to see how things might differ from back home. There's mayonnaise in a bag. That's different than back home. Not something that I've seen before. In general, this supermarket resembles quite a bit the supermarkets that you would see in Vietnam, the more larger sort of corporate organized type supermarkets as opposed to the street markets. Sort of a big building with a parking lot underneath, and inside they're very, very much like what you would run into in Vietnam. We have one not all that different from this place in Deux, near where our home is. So we have stopped in a restaurant here by the harbor side, and we are going to try some soup, spicy soup, which I believe is made with fish and conch shells, as near as I could tell. The translator wasn't working that great because I don't have internet service here, but we sort of muddled through, and I believe that's what we're going to get. So we'll give that a shot here in just a minute. As soon as they bring it out, I will take some video of it before we dig in and let you know how the local Chilean food, how it rates versus maybe food back home. So our soup has arrived, and it looks excellent. It looks like a tomato-based soup with some fish and some carrots and some red peppers mixed in. I'm not sure what this other vegetable is, but I'm going to give it a try here and see what we think. So they just brought us another spoon for our soup to give it a shot here and see what we think. Oh, it's really good. It tastes sort of, I thought it was a tomato-based soup, but it tastes more like a chicken broth with a slightly fishy flavor, because there is fish in it, but it's very good. And it's not, I think when she said caliente, she meant more that it was hot soup, not that it was spicy. I was expecting it to be spicy, but it's not spicy at all. It tastes almost like a chicken vegetable soup. But one thing about it is very fresh. I can tell that both the vegetables and the broth itself was just made. I mean, one thing because it's piping hot, but also because just from the flavor, it's really it has a really nice flavor. It's a mild, very mild flavor, but good. It reminds me a little bit almost of Italian food and some of the soups that we had in the Naples region. It's very, very nice. I think that Hope will like this. Being Vietnamese, she is extremely fond of soup in general, so I think it's something that she'll enjoy. So I just wanted to show the name of the restaurant that we stopped here at the dockside. It's called Signora Pola. This is our waitress right here. Say hello. And I was under the impression that this entire thing was one restaurant, but actually each one, I believe, is a different restaurant. So each one of the little stalls represents a different restaurant that are inside the market, and they go in there and cook the food and then bring it out to these little stalls at the restaurant here. Just finishing off our fish soup here in Chile, which is a fitting end to a really nice day in Coquimbo. And from the people to the weather to the food and the town itself, it was a charming little town, and probably the best stop that we've made thus far on this cruise. Now, Puerto Vallarta and Panama City were also very nice as well, but there was just something really nice about Coquimbo that we enjoyed. And maybe it was because we had enough time to rest after the mayhem that was Lima, Peru. So until next time, remember to like and to subscribe.